Hey guys, this is Super Ultra Ranger here. I am now going to give out my very first video game review, and I am going to be doing it on one of my own personal favorite games, Spider-Man Shared Dimensions. First, I'm going to describe to you the plot and the characters of the game, and then I'm going to give out my opinion on how I feel about the game. Okay, the story begins. The Spider-Man, he goes off against Mysterio, who then has captured the Tablet of Chaos. It then breaks because Spider-Man stopped Mysterio, and it's shattered into 12 fragments. And Mysterio has got one of the fragments, and it's turned him super powerful. Now, Madam Web, a companion of Spider-Man, she comes up to tell Spider-Man that he needs the heroes of all the universe of Spider-Mans. So that's going to be every single Spider-Man in all the Spider-Verse to get the tablet back from Mysterio and to save the Earth. Now I'm going to describe the four main characters of the game, as you can see in the front cover. First, I'm going to talk about all-time favorite, Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man has the powers of web-slinging abilities, which can morph his webbing into hammers, a fist with claws, and I have told also a club that you can use on the big characters if you click B when your opponent is down, and they got all this power from Madam Web when they're from their enhanced spider sense, quoting from the game. Now I'm going to talk about Ultimate Spider-Man right over here. Now this universe Spider-Man is actually a universe where Spider-Man lived with the black suit, and he's gone around crime with the black suit, and the power of the fragment has given his powers enhanced symbiote capabilities. That means he could do long-range attacks, he could turn his arms into venomous knives, and he can also go into berserker mode, but you gotta be careful because if you're on berserker mode for too long, the symbiote will fully take over and you'll lose the game. So technically speaking, if you turn into Venom, you lose the game. So unfortunate for that. Now I'm going to talk about Spider-Man Noir. Now this Spider-Man I particularly like because this kind of reminds me of a James Bond, if you will, Spider-Man. Spider-Man Noir comes from the 1934 universe where in World War II, Spider-Man is actually a grown man and he goes around stopping the Goblin from selling artificial weapons to gangsters, crime leaders, all that kind of stuff. And what's cool about him is in his levels you get to sneak up on opponents, so he remains in the darkness. That means you can just sneak attack on him, and you can just like web sling them up into a cocoon, which I really love. And also when you're on a building, you get to web sling him up, nail him against, just like web sling him into a wall. It's completely awesome. And if you do get caught, they shoot you down, so you have to dodge the bullets and try and get back into the darkness. But for me, I've never been caught by the bullets or the gangs, so lucky for me. Now this one is a personal favorite of mine. We're now going to talk about Spider-Man 2099. Now this Spider-Man is actually not Peter Parker. This Spider-Man is Miguel O'Hara from the distant future. Now this Spider-Man, he has the amazing power of speed. He can use accelerated vision, which slows down time, so he can wipe out his villains in a blink of an eye. Seriously, it's awesome. He's a brain scientist who wants to live up to the Spider-Man name. And you can see more information on this on Spider-Man Edge of Time, where Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 29 work together to stop the villains from destroying time and ruining it forever. And I gotta say, the villain in it, I recommend getting the game because, oh my god, the storyline, ending, final battle, it's a mind blower. All these Spider-Men have to work together to stop Mysterio and get all the fragments back. But it's not exactly as easy as it sounds. Now I'm going to talk about the gameplay of the game. There are 3 bosses in each of the Spider-Man's universe. For Amazing Spider-Man, there's Kraven, Sandman, and the Juggernaut. I don't know why the Juggernaut's part of the Spider-Man universe, just because the Ultimate comic strip where Spider-Man goes against Juggernaut, I think they were just following up from that, which is good. Not denying it. Love it. In the Ultimate Spider-Man unit, we have Electro, Deadpool, and Carnage. That's right, Carnage. 2 symbiotes going at it. Awesome. In Spider-Man Noir's universe, we have Hammerhead, the Goblin, and Vulture. Now, there is a key thing you should know about the Vulture in the Spider-Man Noir universe. It's pretty gory in a way. But in this universe, Uncle Ben dies because Vulture ate him. Yeah. Very noir thing. And 2099 universe, we have Hobgoblin, Scorpion, and Dr. Octopus. Now, Dr. Octopus in 2099 is a female Dr. Octopus trying to live up to the legacy of her father, Otto Octavius. And she has lasers for her part of the fragment final battle. I gotta say, it was pretty difficult dodging those lasers and defeating the villain at the same time, but once you get the hang of it, it is pretty a cool fight. And then for the final boss, you could be all 4 Spider-Men going against Mysterio, and it is a amazing battle. The first part, you're Spider-Man Noir, so you have to sneak up on Mysterio without being blinded by the light or being thrashed down by one of his sunbeams. Then you go into Ultimate Spider-Man universe, which then he has to fight against all the goons. I gotta say, go into Berserker mode. It does help a lot in the final boss fight. Just make sure you don't do it for a long time, or else you'll just lose it, and it's annoying to get back into it. Spider-Man 2099, you have to dive onto Mysterio while dodging his special circle chances, which in a couple of corners you get hit and it slows you down, so you're further away from Mysterio. So you have to dodge through the holes of the spheres and then go smashing down by web slinging his quoting Venom here from Spider-Man Friend of Foe bubble head and smashing them down. Then you go to the Amazing Spider-Man verse, where you have to defeat the goons, web sling to each platform, and just literally web sling a giant capsule right at Mysterio's face, and then boom, your game is completed. Now, the Web of Destiny part of this game is a bit of a challenge, but it's totally worth it. In the Web of Destiny, you can unlock special costumes, art, movies, everything. You just have to go to the Web of Destiny, and it tells you what exactly you need to do to unlock the Web of Destiny. Then once you have all of it, it's pretty cool because the special tokens that you see in it that tells you which one is that you've completed, it shows up gold. And I looked at it again, all of my Web of Destiny completely golden. I gotta say, it's pretty good day's work, I gotta say. And you can also unlock certain costumes from the Spider-Man universe, like the Amazing Bagman from Amazing Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man Noir design, Iron Spider for Spider-Man 2099, awesome suit, and also get cosmic suits. Now, I gotta mention, the cosmic suits, you have to wait a long time to get. You have to do a lot of trophies to get those cosmic suits, but trust me, it's definitely worth it because they just look totally badass. It is amazing. And once you're done with the Web of Destiny, you can unlock all the trophies, so you can unlock new combos, unlock character upgrades, and it's a sitch to defeat Mysterio once you unlock all the upgrades. I managed to complete it in about a couple of days or a month or something, because, you know, with exams and everything, you could barely have any time to play your game. So what can you do? You just have to go with your instincts. But Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is a awesome game to play. It has a great storyline, 4 storylines I should mention, and the detail on it, oh my god, is amazing. The 2099, it's so futuristic, it's so light up, all technical, it's brilliant. Spider-Man Noir, you can totally tell that it's from 1934. Ultimate Spider-Man, it's definitely in like the Ultimate Spider-Man video game, which is another game that was created back in 2002. Luckily, it's not like a comic strip, but it's mostly a comic book movie, which I gotta say is pretty cool. And Amazing Spider-Man, of course, it gets a really good detail on the web sling attacks, especially with the fists and everything. It's absolutely amazing. I recommend getting this game, and you could tell me in the description down below which Spider-Man universe you think is the most fun or the most difficult, and also to tell me what you think of the overall experience on playing this game, because getting this game and completing it, I gotta say, it was an amazing journey. Getting all the trophies, getting all the costumes. I gotta say to myself, I had played it a couple of times, even though I've completed the game already. I just want to do it because it's fun. I mean, it's just an amazing game to play, and you get to play, like, literally a lot of Spider-Man, and it's just a beautiful game to play. Gotta say, one of the best Spider-Man games I've ever played. And trust me, I have played a lot. Well, this is me. This is Super Ultra Ranger signing off, and please leave a like down below, and also give a description on what you think of the game, and I'll see you next time.